Welcome to my Stonewood Endurance build video. Now this has been on my to-do list for quite some time, but after the success of my plankton builds, I thought I would come in and I'd knock down all of my racecourse that I had set up in here, and I have rebuilt a Stonewood AFK Endurance build. Now this will go AFK for the full 30 waves. We do have our AFK Spot, which I will go through in this video as well, and there are also two alternative amplifiers. Now these are the amplifiers I do have set on this account. You can also have the possibility of an amplifier to the southeast and also to the southwest. Both of these will be covered a little bit later on in the video, so do check out. There will be timestamps in the description down below if you do need to skip to certain parts. Certain amps and certain placements may cause you to have cross spawns for two different amplifiers from one spawn, so they will also be covered in the video. I will also go through my traps and everything else very shortly. But just before we do get into the actual video itself, just to give you an idea of the structures that I have built, we've got just over 500 structures. We have 337 traps, and it did cost me around 37.5k materials. Now I did build this out of brick. It is entirely up to you whether you do brick or metal. It's no preference. I just had shed loads of brick spare after knocking down my old racecourse. Now these videos do take a very long time to build, test and make, so if you do find it useful, please consider dropping me a like down below. Subscribes are always very much appreciated, and if you do use code RiverFox in the Fortnite store, it will help me a great deal. But without further ado, let's get into our Stonewood Endurance video. So before we do get started on the actual endurance builds, as always, there are a few things I do want to go through and discuss with you before we get started. Now, if you are trying to run an endurance full 30 waves AFK, then you do need to have a decent amount of trap durability in your survivor squads, and you do need to have your fort stats leveled up. If you do not have both of these, then you are going to struggle with AFKing endurance. Having said that, on several of my alt accounts that I have done some builds on for this video, I do have very low power level and very low trap durability. On one of my accounts I have 0 durability, and I only have my fort stats leveled up to around about 50-55 at max. So it is definitely possible at a lower level and lower trap durability, but do bear in mind that you will struggle and sometimes you will need to do some shooting in between. There is no guarantee on a full run if you are underpowered. Now all of my bases on all three of my alt accounts do have an AFK spot. It is always in the same location no matter which amplifiers you have placed, so do make sure that you do stand on the AFK spot, otherwise it can interfere with the Husk AI and it can cause the endurance to fail. But with all of that said, let's get right on to our trap perks. Okay, let's go over the traps that I do use in this endurance. Now, although I don't use too many of these, there are a couple of broadsides placed around in certain amplifiers. So for the perks for that one, I do have the physical element, and we have critical rating, reload speed, critical rating, crit damage, and durability. Next one that we use is the ceiling electric field, and for this one we've gone with energy element, and we have damage, reload speed, crit rating, damage and durability. For the anti-air traps, we have range, reload speed, durability, and heals attached building, 4.8% of its max health every 10 seconds. For the sound walls, we have full durability and 1 reload speed. Now the reload speed does not need to be a green perk. You can put that to a legendary perk if you wish. I just still have it set up from when I used to use it on the old AFK builds. Another trap that I do use very sparingly, but on a couple of amplifiers I do have, is the wall dynamo, and we have energy, damage, crit rating, crit damage and heals attached building as the last perk. For the wooden floor spikes, we have physical and full damage perks. with heels attached building as the last perk. And for the wall spikes, we have physical with full durability and heels attached building on the last perk as well. Again, with this one, you don't need to have a grey perk on this. It can be legendary if you wish. Now, for the wall launchers, there are 2 wall launchers that I do use throughout this endurance. The first one has a triple impact, a double reload, and a durability. And the second one is a full durability with 1 reload speed. Now, I do believe I only use 1, possibly 2 of these floor freeze traps, but the perks for those are double impact, double reload, and double durability. So that will cover all of the traps that I do use throughout this endurance run. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to go through, and possibly one of the most important parts, is your AFK spot. Now, the AFK spot for this is going to be over on the very corner of this bit of mountain edge here. And what you're going to do is you're going to place that facing towards the west. You need to go up 2 tiles at a time, and you need to go up 5 sections of those in order to get the AFK spot. As long as you are 10 tiles high, then mini bosses and takers and things like that will not be able to reach you. If you do go any lower down than this, then mini bosses can teleport up to you and start causing you problems. So just make sure that it is 10 tiles high and it should be facing your west. As long as you do have it set like this, then you can get a good eye view of all of your possible amplifiers, and yeah, if needs be, then you can just go full AFK at this spot. Now, if you do want to go fully AFK, that is through all 30 waves, then you do need to have Survivalist in your loadout. Whatever loadout you go, it can be any loadout you choose. Just make sure you do have Survivalist in that loadout. That way, when the husks are getting killed by the traps, it will automatically regenerate your health. Because in the later waves, when you do get your War Games waves, you are going to have some of the shield bubbles that you are going to need to either go and sit under to stop you taking constant damage, or, as I said, have Survivalist in your loadout, and that will mean that you'll completely regenerate your health all the time, and you will just be able to sit AFK at this spot. Now, the next part that we are going to cover is your home base defenses. Now, pretty much you will always have this amplifier over here, and you should pretty much always have that amplifier over there. So you will only get attacked from the east. Now, 9 times out of 10, you will only get attacked on your home base on the first wave. But you can get random waves throughout the 30 wave endurance, and you can get a random wave on your home base as well. It doesn't happen very often, but you can sometimes get it, and probably out of the 7 or 8 runs that I've done in the last day or two, I think I've only had 1 random wave on the home base. So you don't need very many traps on here at all. Now, for this then, our spawn points for this are going to be anywhere down along this section here. They can come anywhere up to this point, and they can spawn on this section here, or they are going to spawn anywhere along this section. Anywhere up to the edge of this rock mountain here. Now, they can also spawn along this section in here as well. So that is why we have a few extra traps. So what we'll do, we'll get over to the start of our spawn. So most of them are going to be spawning around this section here. So what we have done, if we have just blocked off this natural ramp over here, I've literally just got 2 rows of edited walls here just to stop them wanting to go up this natural ramp. And what they should do then is when they spawn around this point, they should come around here and walk up this natural ramp here. So when they do get up here, of course, we have our drop traps, which go all the way along this route of natural ramp. So we've got 4 drop traps here, 3 on this side, 1 on the other side over there. and they're going to head in through here. So we've got wall darts here, which are going to catch them, and then we've got some wooden floor spikes, and we've got some wall darts to catch them anywhere up to this point here. As soon as they get up here, they're going to get hit by those wall darts over there. If they do come round, then we've got some more wooden floor spikes and another one, and we've got some wall darts on here. And just as good measure, one final set of wall darts on the back of this wall over here. So that is going to take care of everything that spawns in. Now, anything else then that spawns around this section, they are going to head up this side of the natural ramp. So again, we don't need a trap on that one. You can leave that one blank. But we do have a wall dart on this section. We've just blocked this off here with one row of edited walls, just to force them to come around this side to head in with everything else. We do have another wall dart over the back there, which will catch them out at this point as well. And just in case anything gets this far round, we do have one more wall dart over there, which will catch them as well. So that will take care of all of that part. Now, you will get the occasional few that are going to want to go over this direction. So they're going to head up this section here and up this natural sort of terrain here. So we've got a wall dart set up, and 3 towers high we have got some drop traps, and then just one back from here is another drop trap, which again will be around about the 3 towers high because this is slightly lower terrain. If they do get past those, then they will come up this and they will head in here. More wall darts, just an edited wall here, just to make sure we keep them over to the right hand side. And as good final measure, we have 2 broad sides and some more wooden floor spikes on the bottom. Now, these do sometimes get used as well by spawns that we have up there for a different amplifier, so they will occasionally get used for those, but only once or twice have I actually seen these go off. 9 times out of 10 they would get taken out by these drop traps and wall darts from over here. So for any that do want to spawn along this section, we do have 3 more wall darts on here on the back of this this row that we've got, just to catch anything that spawns anywhere within this section. And just for good measure, we've got 2 ceiling electric fields up above to catch them as soon as they spawn. If for any reason, and very occasionally they will, that they manage to get past that or they spawn over this section, then they will head over here. So what I have done here, we just got another edited wall just to force them a little bit further around over here, and then they're going to go head to the amplifier, the home storm shield, and then we've got 2 more wall darts on here just to make sure nothing actually gets past. So that will take care of everything for your home amp. Now, the next amplifier that we are going to cover is the one to the northwest, and this is the one that is directly west of your home storm shield. Now, for this one, you should only get attacked from the west. Because of amplifier placement over there and amplifier placement over there, then you should only get attacked from the west for this. Now, for the amplifier itself, it is just the standard smasher amplifier. Make sure you do have the edited walls like this, 2 high, and then you're going to have some edited archways on top of that, and that will go all the way around. And on the very top of that, then you will have a floor piece, which is going to have, if I can get up there, an anti-air trap on it, and that will cover all of that part there. Now, wherever your computer screen is, which is always on this amplifier, is going to be facing to the west, you are going to put in some edited triangles like this, just to make sure that it sorts out the smasher amplifier correctly. A floor or ceiling piece above you with a ceiling electric field on it, and on the very top of that you will have an anti-air trap. So that's going to cover your actual amp. Now, for the builds and the spawns for this one, your spawns are going to be anywhere along this section here. They can be anywhere up around here, anywhere all the way over to this point around here, and it could be anywhere up here as well. Occasionally you can get some a little bit further back down there and a little bit down there as well, but they will all take the same routes. Now they are going to head in towards your amplifier. Now over here, just where you can see that B, in there we do have a natural ramp. Now I'm going to open it up just so I can show you the natural ramp under it. Actually, I can't because I've actually got a trap behind it, but there is a natural ramp on here, and behind this wall I do have one of my wall spikes on it just to heal the building and try and keep it as strong as possible. In some of your later waves, this can get destroyed, and then they will destroy this ceiling piece, and then they will head up here. But for now, for the earlier waves, then they'll ignore those structures and they will head around this part here. Now, you can get some propane on this amplifier. So we do have a sound wall set up on this side and a sound wall set up there, just for any propanes that spawn. If any of these traps have sort of run out or not done their job, then the propanes should drop their tanks in because of the two sound walls. Now we did get a lot of problems with your lobbers on this wave, this amplifier, so I do have some anti-air traps set up on the front as well, and they will also help with your propane tanks when they go to throw those. Now they can sometimes want to come down and go up this natural ramp over here. So what I have done here, they should drop their tanks and things from the sound wall there. So then they'll get hit by some wall darts. We got 2 wooden floor spikes, and then we have some more wall darts on there. If they do get up this ramp here, we got another wall dart on this side, and then at the very top we got a wall dart here, and we got some wooden floor spikes. Now these wooden floor spikes are going to go all the way over to the end of this natural part here where you've got another ramp coming up, so that will cover all along there. And along the back row you're going to have wall darts all the way up to the edge of this section here. Now to block this off over here, I have got 3 rows of edited walls. The front row does have wall spikes on with heels attached. So anything that tries to sort of bash at these generally will get taken out pretty easily. And just to make sure they don't want to try and bash on them, we do have another 2 rows of the edited walls in here as well. So that will stop them wanting to come in this way and force them to go round, so they can go round towards the amplifier that way and take all this damage from the floor spikes and the wall darts in here. Now in the later waves, when they do break this wall down here and they break this floor piece, then they will head up this natural ramp under here. So we've got a few more wooden floor spikes on the floor, and we've got 2 more wall darts there. We've also got a wall dart on the back of this one as well, just for good measure. You sometimes can get the lobbers, especially when they get up to this point of the ramp, they will take the shortcut around here. So we've got a few more wall darts here just to stop them from standing at any of this point, because I did have a lot of problems with them trying to stand at these points and lobbing at our ceiling drop traps up there. We go into the drop traps in a moment. So anything then that might make it around this part with the wall darts here, we've got another row of floor spikes, and we've got 2 lots of broadsides then, which are going to bounce back and forth and kill anything in this section, and it should get rid of them pretty easy. Now for anything else then that wants to come around this way, then they're going to head in this direction over here. So I have got the occasional one that does sort of spawn this far back. So I did put in another wall dart here, and I've got a ceiling electric field underneath it just to try and catch anything out. And on top of this, I do have another anti-air, which is going to sort out those lobbers. Now we've also got 3 more anti-airs over at the edge of the spawn point, and they are going to be held up by 2 archways just to make sure they don't get broken or bashed at, and they are going to help to sort out those lobbers as well. And we've got 2 more anti-airs over there just to make sure the lobbers don't come over here as well, because they did quite often come around this point and just start lobbing at structures over there. So they, after 2 or 3 sort of lobs, they kind of give up and they will head up this way. So if they head up this way, then we've got some wall darts over here, which will take them out and should get rid of pretty much all of them. If they want to come around here, sometimes they might want to try and go up this. So we've got some wall spikes on here just to block them from getting up to the amplifier. But most of them will come around and sort of stand at this point over here, because they'll see us up on our AFK spot up there. Sometimes they can kind of get bored with standing just staring at us, so they may come over to this second ramp. So we've got another wall spike on here just to make sure that they don't want to bash at that one. Sometimes as well, especially the smashers, they will come around on this lot and they will come up here. So I've got 1 more wall dart over here which should sort them out and get rid of them. But if not, they as well will come and stand over there by the amp just to look at us on the AFK spot. So let's go and get that last section over here covered. Now for this section, anything then that wants to come through here, they're going to head in through this section. We've got all our wall darts and an electric field there. So they're going to have some more wooden floor spikes, some more wall darts, both on the left hand side and in front of us. And if they get round here, we got more wall darts, more wooden floor spikes, and another row here with more wall darts on that. If they do get up this far, they'll come up the ramp. We blocked this off just to make sure that they don't want to take a shortcut through there. And they'll come up to the wooden floor spikes here and more broadsides on this section. So the last bit that we have got then is our drop traps. Now we do have a few drop traps set up because these are going to give you the best form of damage against those husks. So above this 4 square section, we've got 4 drop traps up here. We've got another 2 over this section along here, and then we've got another one on here, another 2, sorry, on this section, and that is going to fetch you to the edge of this part of mountain. There's a little bit of a mountain up here, so we've got our little anchor point on the very top, and from here you're going to take it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tiles out, and they're all going to be covered in drop traps from there. Now from here you do have another 4 tiles of drop traps here, so you've got 2 in front of you, 2 to the left hand side, and then on the right hand side of that another 2, and then another 2 on the right hand side of that as well. And that is what your drop traps will all look like. It's a little bit like a T shape going towards the spawn, because that is going to cover the majority area of your spawn for this. So that should get rid of all of your husks in all of your waves. You will get hit quite a lot on this amplifier because it's only hit by one direction. Then it's gonna use a lot of trap durability up on these. I've got full trap durability in my survivor squad, so generally these are still fully usable. Even in the later waves, 26, 27, there's still plenty of durability left. But if you have lower trap durability, then they will start running out over the spawns. So that is why we've got the additional ones here, just to make sure it will catch them so they don't get to the amplifier. Next up, we have your amplifier, which is directly to the west on the map. Now, this amplifier here, depending on which amplifiers you have placed down here, if you have placed this amplifier down there, then you will not get attacked from this direction for this amplifier. But you will always get attacked from the west. You shouldn't get attacked from up there because you should always have amplifier A, or whatever amp letter you have got it as, you should have that amplifier there. So we're going to get attacked from the west. So if we get over to our spawn point, now for your spawn for this one, it can be anywhere along this section, along here, and anywhere all the way over to the edge of this section here, and it can come anywhere along this back part. There is a random spawn that you will get at the very top of this bit of mountain up here, and sometimes a little spot over there as well, but we'll go into those in a moment. So most of them that spawn are going to come over this direction in here. So what we have got here is some more wall darts set up, 2 of those at the bottom, 1 on this side, and as they come up the ramp we've got another 2 set here, and we've got another 2 on that side over there. Now we do have some drop traps set up here, and this one is going to be too high, and then behind this then you're going to have another wall up there, and we'll put another wall up there with 2 more drop traps, 1 on either side of that wall, and I'll go up the very top of that in a moment. So wall darts over on this wall, and we got some wooden floor spikes on the floor here, and 1 more set of wall darts directly in front of you, and as they come around this way we've got another set of wall darts over here as well, and that should take out most of the husk, or all of the husks that are going to come in. So if I get up to the very top up here, now for the random spawns that you may get on this section, then they sometimes will wander up here. So what I have done is I've just blocked this off along here with 3 edited walls. We've got our wooden floor spikes on here as well, just to make sure if anything does try and bash on these structures, that they'll take some damage and they should wander off. And that is why this floor piece then is 1 lower down. If you were to put it straight like that, then they would just wander straight over the top, straight over these, and straight to your amplifier. So you've got to make sure that you do have it 1 floor down, just to make sure that they cannot get past this and past the traps. So they will drop down onto this. We've got some more floor spikes and another wall darts on here. If they don't die from those, then they would generally drop down to this section, which of course they'll get hit by the wall darts and our drop traps. So that will take care of anything that spawns up at the top. Now we do have a few anti-air traps set up as well, just for any of those lobbers that might want to stand up here. We do have 2 anti-air traps on the very tops of these drop traps, just to catch anything that they do try and lob. So that will take care of those. Now for our spawn traps over here, we do have it set up here with a archway, just to make sure lobbers aren't going to target those. If they do try and fling for any reason at any of these structures here, I do have some anti-air traps on the very top of this section, and that will help to protect it and make sure it doesn't get damaged or destroyed. So for our spawn traps, if we come up onto the top of this archway, you can place this blank tile on here. You don't need any trap underneath that. And from here, you're going to place 1, 2, 3 traps going forward, and another 3 on the left hand side of that. If you then move forward 2 tiles to here, and you're going to move to your right hand side, we're going to place another 2, and then another 2 over this direction. And then facing over to your north, you're then going to place 1, 2, and then another 2 on the right hand side of that. And that is going to cover all of the main part of spawn that you are going to get. So for all of the other husks that don't want to go up that natural ramp up there, then they're going to head over this direction. So we've got a couple more of our floor spikes set up here. We've got 3 of those, and we've got some wall darts to catch them at the bottom of this. And also having this wall here will make sure they don't try and cut past this section. They will walk around it and take more damage from these floor spikes here. if they do get past these, then they'll come up this way. We've got some more wall darts here, and at the very top of this natural ramp, we've got some more wooden floor spikes, some more wall darts, and that is going to fill that section there. You don't need to worry about putting a trap on that square, because they're not going to walk over here. When they do get up this, then they're going to walk in a diagonal direction over here. So you don't need to waste a trap putting it on that square there. At the very top of this, you're going to have another 4 drop traps up here, and that is going to be anchored to the very top of this part of mountain along here. On the very end of these drop traps, you're going to have 2 more anti-airs up here, just for any of those lobbers that may stand along down that direction, and that will take care of anything that they do lob from there. Now, a few other things to note for this amp. You can get the occasional one that may want to come down this direction. So I have just put in an edited wall down here just to block them off so they don't want to come over here. They may sometimes sort of drop down past that, and they may come over here. So if they do, then we've blocked off this ramp here as well with 2 edited walls. And we've also blocked this one off up here just to make sure they don't go over this way. So if they want to come this long route, then they're going to come past this and they're going to drop down here to go up this direction instead and head over to our amplifier over there. So that will take care of everything for that direction. Now, if you do have this amplifier placed over here, then you don't need to worry about any traps for this amp. But if not, then if you don't have that amp placed, then you are going to get an attack from the south. So for our south spawn, they are going to spawn anywhere along this section here. It can be anywhere around here, anywhere along this section, anywhere up around here, and very occasionally at the very top of this bit of mountain up here. So that is why we do have quite a lot of traps up here. Now, you can ignore all of these traps here. All of these traps are for a different amplifier, and I'm going to go through those separately. So don't need to worry about them for this amplifier spawn for amp C. So when they spawn over here, then of course they're going to want to head straight to our amplifier. So the first thing I have done is we've got a natural ramp over here, which we can block off at the very bottom, but for some strange reason you can't block off the side. So it's kind of pointless putting in a block on here because they would just cut through it and up here. So I have got 2 rows of edited walls on here just to make sure they don't want to come up this side. So they should head up that natural ramp over there. So they're all going to head over this direction. Wherever they spawn from, they're going to head for that natural ramp. Now, they're going to head past all of these. I'll go through the drop traps in a moment. They will get hit by these wall darts and the ceiling electric field here. And just for the lobbers, we do have an anti-air on the top of that. And they're going to head over this way. So we've got some more wall darts along here to catch them out as they come on. And at the very bottom of this natural ramp, we've got some wooden floor spikes just cause some more damage. Now I do have along here, we've got 3 anti-air traps just to catch out those lobbers, and we've also got 1 wall dart on the very end which will catch anything up to this point here. So as soon as they cross this line, then that wall dart will hit them as well as that one, and they'll start walking and get damage from there. So that will sort them out. You don't need to worry about these ones. Again, that is for a different amplifier, so I will go into those separately. So from the bottom of our natural ramp, they're going to head up here, and we've got a 3 impact wall launcher which is going to fling them all the way back over to there, and then they've got to come back around this way. So we've got another wall dart there, and then they're going to start coming up here and take some more damage. A little bit further up, we've got some wall darts, and at the very top here, we've got some more wall darts and some more wooden floor spikes. Behind this, we do have 2 more anti-air traps. These again are for those annoying lobbers, which will stand over those points over there, sometimes stand over there, down there, and over there. It can stand anywhere trying to fling and lob, so we've got these to take care of them for you. So that will cover all of that section. Now, from the very top of this natural ramp here, we do have our drop traps, and they head over across our spawn. So for this, at the very top of this this section here, we're going to have some more drop traps on here with an anti-air on top, and a second one with an anti-air, and then we've got a third one, no anti-air, and then a fourth one, and a fifth one, and a sixth one. That will fetch us up to the edge of this bit of mountain on here. So if you then go and face to your west, and you're going to place another 2 side by side over here, and then another 2, and then 2 more, and 2 more, 2 more, and 2 more. So that is going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 2 by 6 of drop traps, and that would take you up to the end. Now from this tile here, if you then go forward 3 tiles, and then on the left hand side you're going to place in another 1, 2, 3, 4 drop traps, and that will fetch you just to the very edge of this bit of ramp and mountain here. Now we're going to anchor this down to the top of this bit of mountain here. So we've got a wall there, and we've got a floor piece on behind it just to anchor that in. So because we do have the odd one that are going to spawn in here, then these 2 end tiles, we're going to put ceiling electric fields on those, because there's no point having drop traps of 1 high, so we just put in some electric fields. And on the end of that wall, we're going to put in a wall dart, which is going to catch anything up to this section along here. So anything that spawns on the top here will get hit by those wall darts as well. So that will sort out all of that part. Now, you will get the occasional one, especially them lobbers, that will want to come over this way, and they may want to come and stand over here to lob. So I did add in a few wall darts here, and that then goes up 1 and across with another wall dart on it. Now we've got 2 ceiling pieces here. I didn't bother putting any electric fields on this tile, but I did put one over on the corner there, because they can sometimes come up here and try standing here to lob at our lobber shield. So I put in an electric field up there and a wall darts just to stop them from there. They occasionally might want to come up this way, so block this off. We've got our wall spikes with heels attached on it. There's 2 edited walls with that, and then we've got some wall darts on the wall there, some more wall darts there, and if you go up another tile, and then you're going to have 2 drop traps from that. And just to make sure that it doesn't get damaged by anything and destroyed, it's going to be anchored at the very top here with another piece, so it's well out of the way and shouldn't get attacked by your lobbers. So for anything else, they may want to go, there's another natural ramp up here. So anything that comes along this way, we're going to freeze them in place over here, and we've got a 3 impact wall launcher which is going to fling them out over there, and then they should hopefully go up the natural ramp. If not, we've got another anti-air trap here, and we've got a wall darts, and then behind this another edited wall with a wall dart behind it and a ceiling electric field on top. And just for good measure, another edited wall at the very top of this natural ramp, and that should stop them from getting in there. Behind here in this corner, we do have 1 more anti-air trap, which is going to sort them out if they do fling at any of these structures around here. That should sort them out as well. Now, mainly for other spawn, this one, but I do have some wall darts set up on this wall, and we've got 4 drop traps above that, just in case anything comes from around anywhere else, that is going to sort those out in there. So that should get rid of all of those, and that should take care of everything for your amp C from the south. So for this amp, this is the one which is to the bottom west of your map. And not a lot of people do place this one because it can be a bit of a nightmare in SSDs. But for the endurance, it wasn't actually that difficult. Now, I do want to let you know you are going to get attacked from both the west, the south, and also from the east if you haven't placed that amplifier next to it. Now, there are 3 amplifiers along the bottom of your map. You've got this one to the west, you've got the one directly to the south, and you've got the one to the east as well. Now, if you have placed the one directly next to this, which is this amplifier over here, then you will not get attacked from the east. So, we're going to go through all of the different spawn directions for you first. I'm going to start off on the west. Now, from the west over here, they are going to be spawning anywhere along this back section along here. It can be anywhere along this section, all the way along here, all the way up to this section up here as well. So we've got this blocked off over here. This is to do with the other amp, which I'll probably have gone through in a different part of the video. But they're going to be wanting to head to our amplifier, which is directly over there. Now, anything that does spawn along down here is going to want to try and head directly this way, straight up to the amplifier. Majority of them, until the later waves, are going to get taken out by our drop traps, which I will go into in a moment. But anything then that does make it past any of our drop traps here are going to head this direction. So we've got a couple of wall darts over here which also work as block off as well, just to make sure that they can't get behind this, because sometimes lobbers, aggro husks, things like that might want to go around the back. So we've got a couple of wall darts on the sides here, and what I've done is I've just narrowed this into a 2 rows instead of the 3. So I've put a couple of edited walls along here just to make sure we keep them on this left hand side. So they're going to be walking over these floor traps before they head off to the amp. And we've got some more wall darts on this side, and we got a couple on this side over here as well. Now, I did fetch this in a bit from here just to narrow it that little bit further, just to give them that less of a wide path to head in. And to be honest, nothing ever makes it past this point. You don't really want to be building very much past this point over here. You can't build in those 2 squares, but you don't want to be building here because the tornado in the later waves may take them out. Now, this is here just to block off for a different bit of a spawn, so I did put in another wall dart on there just in case anything ever made it past, and that one should be okay from the tornado. So that is for this part. Now, anything then that spawns up along this section, anywhere around here, are either going to go up this ramp here, or they're just going to walk directly across this way. So of course we've got our drop traps above this section as well, and they're going to head over here. We've got more wall darts on the sides here, and we've got some more floor spikes on here. Anybody that comes up this ramp up here, they're going to get hit by the drop traps as well. If they make it up this far, then we got wall darts, and we've got floor spikes down here as well. Now, anything that gets up to this point, there is a natural ramp behind here. So what I have done is I've put some wall spikes with the heels attached on just on the back of these, just to make sure they don't get too damaged in any waves. And we just got a tiny bit of block off along this section, just to give it that extra bit of strength to make sure they don't want to go through. Now, I didn't find that anything made it past this point. And don't forget, this is on an alternate account. I am much lower in the power level and my fort stats on this account. So I did have my main account in here just to help it along with trap durability, but nothing made it past this point here. I did place in these just in case anything did make it up and want to come and drop down here to head over. So I did add in a couple more wall darts and floor spike down there and a drop trap up above, just to make sure that nothing could get past. But they never seem to even go off on these traps, so hopefully that won't happen for you as well. So that is for the west spawn over there. Now the drop traps themselves over the spawn, what we have got is we've got it anchored up on the top of this corner of mountain. There is a natural bit of mountain underneath here, so we've just anchored it on there, lowered it down so that it's 3 high over those, and we just go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 12 traps going directly this way, and then you've got another 3 along this section just to catch any in that little lip in there. And we've got the, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4 more traps then along towards your east, and that's going to sort out all of your drop traps there. The only sort of anchor point that this one has got is this over here, but the lobbers shouldn't target any of these structures because pretty much they don't even make it past the drop traps, to be honest, so there shouldn't be any problems with those. Now the other spawn direction that you're going to get is from the south, and just to mention, for the tornado wave generally does come from the west, so the tornado will go anywhere up to this point here. As far as I've seen, it comes anywhere along this point, anywhere around here, and it can go anywhere along this section. It has just about come past this bit here, just up to the other traps which I'm going to go through, and it will come up as far as around here, and it will just sort of loop around those. So you may get a bit of damage on your actual amplifier itself, which again is our usual smasher amplifier. Some of this may get damaged during the tornado wave itself, but to be honest, nothing ever gets up here, so you shouldn't have any problem from them. So for our south spawn, now with the south spawn, they are going to spawn anywhere along, if I just get over the back here, anywhere along this section. It can be anything up along this bit, anything around here, and along this back row, and it can spawn anything around to this point here as well. And you will have occasionally the odd little spawn which will spawn on the very top of this bit here as well. So what I have got now, before we go through the actual traps towards the amplifier, some of your aggro husks may want to take the long route round. So I've set up a couple of traps along the back here just to catch those out. Now there is a natural sort of walkway through here, so I've got this blocked off. There's 2 walls. That is the other side of that trap that I was talking about just now. That's got the wall darts on it, but I've also got another wall dart on here and a couple on that section there as well. And we've got a few along the back here just to make sure, because some do want to try and come this way, but they generally would just get taken out by the wall darts. Now a few of the really small husks do even want to take the extremely long route to go all the way around here, and they will either come and bash on these bits at the back here, which I'll go through in a second, or they even wanted to go even longer round and come this way. So this is a wall which we had placed for the other spawn, and I've just got a wall dart on the back of that as well, just to make sure that nothing wants to even come up through this direction. So we did place in 2 more wall darts along here as well. That should take out anything and make sure that nothing wants to take any really long routes around to your amplifier. Now for any lobbers and flingers, anything like that that like taking long routes, we have blocked this natural ramp up here with a wall spike on it, just so it's going to cause some damage to them if they try and attack those. And I have got 1 drop trap just above it, just to make sure nothing wants to stop on there and cause any problems. Now for the drop traps, we've got that anchored over on this point over here, which is the very top of this bit of mountain on here. And let's see, we've got 2 traps going forward, and then in the next row we've got 3. The next row is another 3. The next row is 4 and another 4, and then we've got 3, and we've just got 1 in that piece underneath this part of the mountain here, because we do have a natural ramp here, and I didn't want to block this one off because we do get a spawn in here, so I couldn't really block it off because it's just going to destroy that structure when it spawns in. So we just added an extra drop trap at the top here. Now I did block this ramp off here as well. We just got some low edited walls on the back row, and we've got some wall spikes on these 2 which have got wall launchers on, and they are 3 impact, which is going to fling them all the way over there, and that should take care of them. But if they do get past that point, then they're just going to fall straight down here anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. But they're there just in case anything does want to try standing and bashing at these structures, then at least it's going to get rid of them and fling them straight back down. So onto our other traps. Now for the drop traps, we've got all of these drop traps up here at the very top section. If I can just get up here, there we go, where we do have this little L shape on here. We do have the spawn around here, so I did add in 3 electric fields on this section, but we've got drop traps then for all of the rest of it. We've got 2 wall darts right in front, which should catch out anything that is going to spawn anything up to this point, so that should take care of all of those. So for the husks then, that are going to be wanting to go to our amplifier, they're going to be heading this direction along here. Now behind this section we do have another natural ramp, so this has been blocked off around these sides with some wall spikes on, just to make sure if anything does get round here, as soon as they bash on that, they're going to take damage and die from there. And we've got 2 wall darts on the back for anything else that might want to just stand here and lob or cause any problem to it, so that would take care of those. On the front sides of these then, we've got a couple of wall darts on this side, catch out anything along this section, so anything that comes through here is going to get hit by those darts, and the ones in front, and just to try and help prevent them wanting to bash at any of these structures, we've got some edited floor pieces along here, just to sort of path them around so that they'll get hit by the wall darts on there. So for anything then that spawns over this section over here, they're going to head straight towards the amplifier. So we do have a couple of floor spikes set up, and we've got some wall darts on the side here, and we've got a couple more wall darts on here. And I blocked this ramp off with another wall spike just to make sure they don't want to go up this way, and it'll save us a load more traps having to place up here. So they never make it past this section. I've never seen anything come past this section at all, and that should take care then of everything from the south. Now for the east spawn, this one is a bit of a nuisance because this is going to be a cross spawn with one of your other spawns for amplifier up there, and you should already have some of this set up if you've been following the builds that I've got. Then you should have some of this set up for this amplifier here, but I had to add in a few extra because we got spawns that go all the way across there. They are for this amplifier, but the spawns that we have then, the cross spawns for the amplifier down here, they can be anywhere along this section along here, anything along the back up here. It can even take out some of these traps with the spawns, and you can also get a random spawn right at the very top up here, which can be a real nuisance, and it can take out a couple of these traps as well. When you do get your hot rocks wave, then some of the hot rocks can even spawn at this point, and they can take out 1 or 2 of these wooden floor spikes, and they can take out that one down there, and they may even take those ones out along there as well. So just bear that in mind when it comes to any of your War Games waves. So for this one then, we've got majority of these are already going to be set up for our other amplifier and our other spawns for this one over here. So the additional ones that we have got are the ones that I have set up over here with only tier 2 metal, just so we can know which ones are which. Everything else is going to be to do with the other amplifier, which we'll get into later on. So for this one then, for the additional traps that we need, we've just got a few more drop traps which we have set up going towards the amplifier. So we've got 3 and then another 3, and then we've got 2 in here. You can leave that one out because that's the top of this amplifier here. Then we've got another 3 and another 3 in there, and that will cover majority of the actual spawn. Some of these traps from the other amplifier are going to take out for this spawn as well, so they'll all cover that section and sort out the spawns in there, because they will spawn anywhere along this section. Can be anywhere around here, anywhere up to this amp itself, and anywhere along here. Some of these traps may get taken out by the spawn, but there's not a lot you can do about that, because we do need those for the earlier waves for the other amplifier up there. These ones along here, they should all be fine. They will all sort everything out okay. So that will cover the main spawn area for down there. Now we do also, as I said, have this odd one which randomly can spawn up here. So what I did do is I did add in 4 more drop traps over the back section here, because for some reason, instead of going that way, they will walk around this way here. So we've got 4 drop traps just to catch most of them at the spawn. We've got 2 wall darts along here, and we've got another 2 wall darts along this side here, and they want to try and come round this way, but they won't make it past these traps at all. So anything then that does spawn in, if it spawns in around this section around here, they are going to head over this way. So we've got all these ones already that's still going to take them out. If they head over this direction, if this one hasn't been taken out by your Hot Rocks War Games wave, then we've got some more wall darts here. We've got Zapper, and we got some floor spikes along here, and we've got some more wall darts, and we've got drop traps up the top here. We've got 2 rows of 2 drop traps to catch anything that come down here. We've got some more wall darts on here if they haven't been taken out by the Hot Rocks, and our amplifier is just over here. So what we have done is we've just blocked this off with some wall darts and some edited floors, just to make sure that we path them away from the amplifier to come along here. So we got more wall darts, and we got floor spikes down here. We do, or did have, should have been, which I keep getting this annoying issue where traps keep disappearing. We should have had 2 of those up there. That one actually can come out. We don't need that one. And we do have 2 broadsides just to finish anything off in here, and we got some floor spikes at the very bottom. But to be honest, only once have I ever seen the broadsides go off and that finished them off completely. They didn't make it any further, but as I said, there should have been drop traps up there, so that's probably the only reason they actually made it down to the broadsides. So for anything then that spawns over this side of the amplifier, anywhere along here, they are all going to head towards this way. So we do have a couple more wall darts set up on this bit, and we've got a few set up over here with just some edited walls here, just to make sure we path them that little bit further down towards this natural ramp. Where we've got some more drop traps in case any of these have run out from previous waves. So we've got 2 more drop traps here, and we got the wall darts to take them out on that section, and they shouldn't make it past this square. So that will pretty much cover all of your spawn directions for the amplifier to your southwest. Now, next up, we are going to cover your amplifier, which is directly to the south of your home base. So there's our home base over there, and this is the amplifier directly to the south. Now for this one, you are going to get attacked from the east. So for this, we're going to go and cover our east spawn first of all. Ignore my little Percy pig, which I've had built for many years. I've had to incorporate my trap design around it, because this has been here for probably about 3 years, my pig, and I wasn't going to get rid of it just for the designs. So I've had to sort of build my trap tunnels around it. But for this one then, we are going to get spawns anywhere along this section here. It can be anywhere around here and anywhere up to this section and along here as well, and anywhere along there. You can get a spawn up this part, and you can also get a spawn up this section up here, and you can also get a spawn right at the very top up here as well. So for this, we've got pretty much 3 directions that they can go to our amplifier. They can go over to the left hand side. Behind this sound wall, we do have a natural ramp which they may want to go up, and right next to that on the right hand side here, we've got a natural ramp going down, which they may want to go down there as well. So for this, if I get up the top here first of all, now just to catch anything that may spawn up here, what we have got is a load of ceiling electric fields. We've got 4 of these, and we've got some wall darts on that side and some wall darts on there, and that is going to pretty much take out anything that spawns up here. Now to anchor all of this lot, we're going to need to get over here. So if I go and cover this section first, and then we can get back up to the very top there to show you all of that. So for anything then that wants to come down this natural ramp, they're going to go past our sound wall and get some damage from our wooden floor spikes. And then we've got some wall darts on these walls here, and we've got 3 on the side here just to block this off here so they don't want to come past this section. So if they do make it past here, then they'll come down this ramp, get hit by the wall darts down here, and we've got a broadside on one side, wooden floor spikes on the floor, and a wall dart on the other side. And then another tile along is the same, but I mean you can stick it to the same side, it doesn't really matter. But we've got a broadside, wooden floor spike, and a wall dart there. Now the reason I've got the broadsides and wall darts is they've both got different reload speeds, so if that one has already gone off, then the wall dart will go off and catch them out that way, and the same on this tile, just to make sure that we've got 2 traps going off at different times. So up above this, we do have some drop traps up here. So from this one, where we've got our wall dart on the end here, you're going to place another tile up, and then you're going to place 2 drop traps up on the top, and that's going to additional damage for anything in here. On this side of the wall, you're going to have another drop trap up there just to catch them as soon as they go down this ramp. Now from the very top here, you need to go up another tile, and then you're going to place 1, 2, 3 more drop traps heading back towards this mountain. And then from there, that is when you are going to go up, and you're going to place your traps up here. So from the top of the drop trap, you'll have 2 wall darts. You can place a blank wall there, just to make sure that lobbers aren't going to even try and stand at any spot here and cause any problem. And then you're going to have 2 more wall darts over there, and just put in some ceiling pieces along this section with 4 ceiling electric fields, and that is going to catch anything that spawns along this section. That's going to catch the whole lot out. If these 2 have for any reason gone off and they go to drop down here, then these 2 will go off as well, and they will catch them on the way down and normally kill them before they reach the bottom. So that is going to cover all of that section over there. Now for this bit here, as I said, we do have a natural ramp here which comes up. So on the back of this wall, blocking off this natural ramp, we do have our heels attached wall spikes just to make sure that this doesn't get destroyed. We're going to place a floor piece and then a cone on top of that, and that is going to block off this natural ramp. Don't worry about this tile, this is just to do with Percy Pig over there. So from here, we're going to have a sound wall on this for any propanes, just to make sure they drop their tanks. And then moving over to your left, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 wall darts. And that is going to take care of most of the husks in there. And then we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 anti-air traps to catch any lobbers or any propane tanks. If they do try to throw those, then they should take care of those. Now for our spawn point then over here, we do have a wall here, which we've got a sound wall on both sides just to make them drop their tanks. And for the same over at this section, we've got another sound wall at the edge of this bit of mountain, just to make sure they drop their tanks as well. And then they will get hit by your wall darts. And we've got wooden floor spikes, and we've got wall darts on the side here. Now heading in from this part, we've got another natural terrain going down to the amplifier here. So we've got 1, 2, 3 wooden floor spikes to the very top of this bit of mountain. And we've got some wall darts on here, and we've got some broadsides in this last section just to make sure it kills anything off that may get past. Now from this point here, we've got 2 more wooden floor spikes going up to the edge of this mountain with a wall dart on the end, and that wall dart will catch them as well as this one wherever they spawn. Now I didn't bother with wall darts on this section here, so we just put in some edited walls just to make sure if they drop down this section on here, if they don't die, then they're going to wander around here and generally get killed anyway. So above the section here and attached to our broadsides, we've got some more wall darts up here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, which should attach it up to this section on here. Now, just in case you don't, if you do have this amplifier placed, I'll cover this bit again. You don't need to worry about the floor spikes. They are to do with different amplifier, different build. But for the for this amp, if you've got it placed, then generally I've got those wall darts there, but I've also got these 2 wall darts set up as well, just to catch any lobbers or anything else that might want to stand at this point. Now we do seem to get, I've got 1 more sound wall here for anything that spawns up at this section. Generally they want to come down this ramp. I don't know why they don't just fall straight down there, but they will walk down this ramp. So I've got a sound wall here just for the lobbers, sort of slow them down a little bit. But what they tend to do then is they will come and stand over around this point, try lobbing at our drop traps. So I do have 2 anti-air traps set up on the top of this just to catch out that lobber. There's normally only 1 lobber at a time, but she'll lob 2 or 3 times, and then she would just carry on her journey and end up getting taken out by our wall darts. So that will cover all of them on there. Now for our drop traps on this section, at the very top of the wall darts, it doesn't really matter whether you place it that tile or whether you place it that tile there, but you place another extra wall above it, and on the top of it then you're going to place a floor piece, and you're going to place 3 of those, and then 1 on the left hand side. To the right of you then you're going to place 1, 2, and to the right of that then you're going to place another 2 there, and you will fill those in with your drop traps. Now 1 tile in, so that it's not on the edge here. You don't want it right on the edge, otherwise they might get bashed. But from over here you're going to place in another 2 walls with 2 wall darts on there, and that will pretty much catch anything that spawns up along this section. They will get hit straight away by those wall darts. Now for the other spawn traps along here, from this section which we've already built up here, we've already got our walls here with our wall darts on. So from this you're going to place in 2 wide, so it's going to be 2, 4, and then 6 more floor pieces, and you're going to fill those in with ceiling drop traps all the way through as well. And that is going to take care of all of your husks from your east spawn. Now, depending on which other amplifiers you have placed, you are always going to get attacked from your east, but you can also get attacked from the south for this amplifier. So what we're going to do, if I just get over here now, if you ignore any of these structures that are 2-tier, they are to do with a different spawn and a different setup. So the only ones that we're going to be going for are these 3-tier metal ones here. So for this one, you are going to get your spawn point is going to be anywhere along down this section, anywhere along here and around here, and you can get the occasional spawn which will spawn up here as well. So for anything that does spawn up here, they are going to want to come up this ramp sometimes. So what I have got is a floor freeze trap, we've got a wall dart in front, and we've got a wall launcher then on the side, just for anything that wants to try and bash at this structure here. Then that 3 impact launcher is going to fling them all the way back down there, and they should go up towards our natural ramps over there then. So for anything else then that does spawn, they are going to head straight to our amplifier over here. So they're going to head this direction. Generally they will head towards this ramp on the right hand side. So we do have some more wall darts on here, and we've got some wooden floor spikes. We've got 2 of those of each at the bottom of this ramp. Now on the bottom section here, we do have 3 more wall darts on this bit. And on the right hand side over here, we have another wooden floor spike and a wall dart at the bottom of the ramp. Now over here we do have some natural terrain that they might want to try and come up. So I did block this off with edited walls, and they have got some wall spikes on those as well, just to strengthen those, make sure that they're not going to get damaged. And we've got one around the side here as well, just to make sure they didn't want to come around the side here to go up. Now I did also place in this wall dart here, just for anything along these 3 tiles, because sometimes in the later waves they might try bashing on this and might not take enough damage on the first hit that they can sort of, you know, damage the structure quite a bit, and we were getting a few husks that were building up around this spot. So I just added a wall dart in, and that kind of finishes them off on there. Now all of these other traps along the bottom here, they are for a different amplifier, so I won't go through that on this build. So from this point then, with our wooden floor spikes, if they do get up to the top here, then we've got another wall dart at the very top here, and then it comes to a wall launcher, 3 impact, which is going to fling them all the way back down over to that amplifier that's not placed. And we've got wooden floor spikes along the floor, so we've got 3 of those, which is going to cover the top of this ramp. Same thing on this ramp as well. We've got another 3 impact launcher to fling them back down there, and we got some wall darts and another 3 impact launcher at the very top on there. Now on top of these 2 launchers, you're going to place another wall piece, and that is going to attach to our drop traps and our zappers. So at the very top section of these 3 tiles, you're going to place 3 ceiling electric fields, and the rest then are going to be our drop traps. Now as I said, with the drop traps themselves, you're not going to be placing every single one of these, because some of them are for different amplifiers. So I'm going to get up onto the top and I'll show you the ones that we need up there. So if I can get up over here, so ignore these ones, you don't need those at all. So this is the very corner piece of our with our ceiling electric field on there, and we've got one on there, and we've got one on there. Now this tile then here is over the very top of the natural ramp. So this one does have a drop trap on this one. So if you come back over to this square here, and we're going to be heading towards the south. So you're going to have this one that we've already placed, and then we've got a second drop trap, a third one, and a 4th drop trap there, and that is going to fetch you just to the bottom corner here where our freeze trap is on there. Now for the rest of this, you don't need any of these 2-tier metal ones. They are for the different amplifier. So we're going to come over to this corner over here now, and from this point we've got this natural terrain here, and is right under here is the edge of the mountain. So you're going to place in a floor piece and then a wall to fetch it up 1 tile, so we make sure that it is 3 tiles high. And then on the very top of that, you're going to place in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then you're going to have another 6 then on your left, and another 6 on your left again. Okay, so there's 3 lots of 6, and that is all going to be filled in then with drop traps. So that will be all of this section on here. And these wall darts and everything over here, they are to do with a different amplifier as well, so you can ignore those. Now you can place these 2 in. I did place these in because of lobbers can be an absolute pain in the backside, and they were liking to sort of stand at this point to lob over at our amplifier, so that should take care of those and get rid of any lobbers. But that should take care of most of the possible spawns that you will need for yourself. Now one last thing I do want to point out is we do have a natural terrain up here, and even if you don't have this amplifier placed up here, then you wouldn't have gone through it already. So do make sure you just block the bottom of this off with some edited walls, and that will make sure that the lobbers don't want to go around there. They don't really tend to come this far around to go up, but I did find that they would try and come up this natural ramp here, so I did block that one off on that section. If they do ever come up any further, generally they will head around this way anyway, and they just get taken out by our builds for the other direction from over here. So that should sort out all of the self spawns for this amplifier. Next up, we are going to cover your amplifier, which is directly to the south of your home base. Now for this one, depending on which amplifiers you have placed, you can get attacked from the east or from the south or from the west. Now if you have placed this amplifier down here, then you will not get attacked from the west, and the same if you have placed that amplifier up there, then you will not get attacked from the east, but you are always going to get attacked from the south regardless. So for this one, again, the usual smasher amplifier. This is how you set this up, just to prevent any smashers and mini bosses from causing any problem at the amp. And for our south spawn, now for this one, if you have this one placed, then this one is the amplifier that's going to get all of your War Games modifiers. So you're going to have your tornado, you're going to have your lava pools, and you will also get your mist pods on this amplifier as well. So for this one, they are going to spawn anywhere along this section here and anywhere along the top of this natural walkway, and you will also get some that are going to spawn at the bottom of this natural walkway here as well, this natural terrain. They won't spawn on the terrain itself, but they can spawn at the bottom of it and at the top as well. So I didn't bother putting any spawn traps down at the bottom, because if they do spawn down here, they're just going to walk up this natural bit up here anyway, and then they'll get hit by all of our spawn traps. So for this one, anything then that spawns wherever they may be are going to head towards this natural ramp over here. So I've got some wall darts here just to catch anything that does spawn along this section. and they'll take them out. And we got another natural ramp up here, which we don't really want them to come up, otherwise they're going to have a nice straight route to the amp. So we've blocked that off. We've got some edited walls along the top here, and we've got another edited one on there just to make sure. And at the very bottom here, then we do have another 2 edited walls with some wall spikes on, just to make sure nothing wants to bash at these. On the right hand side of this, we're going to have 3 wall darts, which are going to catch anything that may come up along this point here. And if they do get past any of those wall darts, then we've got some wooden floor spikes along this section on here. Now we've got this natural ramp over here, so I blocked one side off with another wall dart on it just to make sure that they keep to this side here, and then they get most of the damage from these. I've got another one on the left hand side over here, another wall dart just to catch anything out on there. Now you want to make sure that you do not build anything any further back than the top of this bit of natural ramp here. Anything further back this way from here is going to get hit by your tornado wave, and that will take out your structures. So for our drop traps and all of this going over the spawn, if I get up the top up here, now we're going to be anchoring it from the very corner of this bit of mountain. So place a floor piece here, and you're going to drop down one and place a wall, and that will tie it all in to make sure it doesn't get damaged. Now from this tile here, you're going to place another 2 drop traps going towards the amplifier. And then from this side, you place another 1 over here, and then we're going to turn over to your east. Now if you place 1 more to your right hand side here, and then go 1, 2 and 3 forward, and that will all be filled with drop traps as well. Now from here, if you then move to your right, place another 1 and another 2 going forward, and then you can turn around and on your left hand side place another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and just fill in this section along here. And then from this point down, we are going to place another 1, 2, 3, 4, and on these last ones you can place drop traps on these ones, but the last 2 you are not going to put any drop traps on those, you don't need to. And then from this one, another anchor point onto the edge of this mountain, and that will make sure it doesn't get destroyed. And that will cover all of the spawn traps that are going to take out most of the husks along their route, and nothing should get past this point here. Very, very occasionally the tornado can sort of slightly damage this this one up here, but it shouldn't be any, it shouldn't destroy it. It should just take a little bit of damage maybe from the tornado, but it should stay intact. And that is pretty much all of the traps that we have for your south spawn. Now the next one that we do have is your west spawn for this amplifier. Now for this one, your west spawn, now as I said, if you do have this amplifier placed, then you don't need to worry about these builds. But if you don't have it placed, then you are going to have all of these builds anyway for this amplifier over here. So the only additional ones that we have added are these ones here and a few traps that we've got along down there. So if we come right over to the corner of this amp over here, so for this amp, from the very corner here, you're gonna come up to this corner. Don't place this one, but you can place the next one in, and then a second one and a third one. Now on the bottoms of this one, you are gonna have in a drop trap, and you're gonna have nothing on that one and nothing on this one as well. So from the corner here, at this point, you're gonna place 2, and then you're going to move forward and place 3, and then 3 over here, and then from here you're going to place 1, 2 and 3 over here as well, and they are all going to be filled with drop traps and make sure that they are facing the right way. When you place them, you want to be standing this way to place them, just so that it pushes them back towards this way, and that will take care of those. Now you will get the spawns, which will be anywhere along this section, anywhere up to the amplifier here. So anywhere at this section along here, all the way along to the bottom of this natural ramp. So that is why we do have one at the bottom of this one, but you don't need to place one over there. They're not gonna come over to that one anyway. So that is going to cover all of those. Now, because you've already got these traps for the other amp, some of these traps are going to get used for your spawn for that amplifier as well. So you don't need to worry about any extra traps. These are all going to be placed in already. I left this section blank along here only because I wanted to separate which builds were for which amplifier. If you wish, you can quite easily just fill that in with another 3 or 4 drop traps up there, but to be honest, it's been working perfectly fine without it, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But I wanted to leave it blank just so you knew which builds were for which amplifier. So that is really going to cover it all. The only additional ones we've got 1, 2, 3, we've got 4 more anti-air traps for our lobbers, and we've got 1 more wall dart on here as well, and we've got a wall dart on the back of this wall as well, just for any lobbers that go up. Those builds will already be up there anyway. So that will cover everything for your west spawn. Now, providing you don't have that amplifier up there placed, then you can also get attacked from the east. Now, for this one, your spawn point for this is going to be anywhere back along this section here. Now, it can be anywhere along here, anywhere within this section, and it can be anywhere up along this, and it can go all the way up to this natural ramp that we have here. So because of that, we have got a lot of drop traps over the spawns over here, and what I did do is I did anchor that over to this little section on here. So at the very top of this, place 2 walls high from there, and then we're going to place our drop traps from it. So if we get up onto the top on here, so you're going to have 1, 2, and then 3 on there. Now this one, you don't need to place anything on this one, and of course that is just attaching it under there, so you don't need either of these two to have drop trap on. But this one on here, you're not going to place anything on this one either, because that is just really to hold it all up. So from this point, if you then turn to your north, and you're going to place 2 here, and then you're going to go forward, place 3, and then if you go forward again, place another 3. Now if you move forward from here, you are only going to place 2 on this one, because you don't need to place one over there, because that is your amplifier and nothing is going to stand at that point. Nothing can get in there, so you only need 2. From here then, you're going to go forward, place another 3, and then another 3, and then a final 3 on the end, and that is going to fetch you just 1 tile in from the edge of that natural ramp, and that will take care of all of the drop traps. So from here, anything then that does spawn in over this side, you can get the occasional one for some strange reason that will want to come down this direction. So I did set up some wall darts, and we've got 2 wooden floor spikes on here, and they will come down this ramp. So we've got another 2 here, which we've got a natural ramp over here, which we don't want to go back up to where they've just come from. So we've got another 2 wall darts on here as well, and that should take anything out that does want to take a long route around. Now, providing they don't take the long route round, they are going to head towards our amplifier, which is down there. So what I have done here, I've set up some traps here. I've got some wall darts all the way along. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4 wall darts? You can leave that one blank because they're not going to go in there, and it's going to fetch it to the edge of this bit of mountain. You don't need a wall dart on there either. And I did put in, just to make sure we path them over to this. I did put in an edited wall here as well, just to path them a little tile over so that they're going to walk all the way across all of these floor spikes, get hit by that wall dart on the end before they walk down here, which they don't really walk down anyway. Now we're going to place another wall up there, and we're going to attach one drop trap at the very top of this this natural ramp. This is kind of like a last resort, and they don't make it past this point anyway. So you've got a drop trap up there. Now what I did do is I did put in an anti-air trap on the very top of this one, both for your lobbers, but also it's got the heels attached on it, which is going to heal this structure. Because the tornado, when it does come, even though it comes for that direction, it will come up this far, and it will come anywhere up sort of along this section here. So it can sometimes take a little bit of damage. So just to heal it and make sure that it doesn't get destroyed, because it is pretty much your last resort before they get down to your amp. And anything then that does spawn over this side are going to head over towards this part. So anything along here, they're going to head down this direction. Now they may go over there, that's fine, not a problem, we got those traps there anyway, or they may come in a straight line past all of these wooden floor spikes. So we've got two more wall darts on the side here. Don't worry about these ones, I'll go through those in a moment for that amplifier. But they'll come past all of these and the wall darts, and we got some more wall darts on the front wall, so we got 3 more of these. And we've got another wooden floor spike there in case they want to try and get down this point. And at the end of this one, another wall up there, and we've got another drop trap up on the top of that one. And on the very top of this is another anti-air again for the tornado, just to make sure it heals this structure up and stops any lobbers that may be coming. And that is going to take care of everything from your east. Now this is the amplifier then, which is to your southeast of your map. Now this one may have a little bit more traps set up on it than all of the other ones, because this is a really low account that I've got at the moment. Is power level 86, I think the fort stats are around about 56, 57, and I literally have 0 trap durability in my survivor squads on this account. It's really not that great, but I have fully managed to get it AFK for all 30 waves. And if you have this one placed, then this is where you will get your war games. You will get your hot rocks, you will get your mini bosses, and your tornado will spawn on this amp. So as always, the amp itself is pretty much the smasher amp. I do have a couple of extra ceiling electric fields on this amplifier, only because even with all of the traps that we placed in, with the durability running out so quickly, we were getting the occasional husk that were making it up here. So I did add a few extra pieces on here, as sometimes the tornado will take out a couple of these traps as well. So just for you to know. But other than that, it's the same standard amplifier that we've got for all of our SSDs and endurances. So for this one, you are going to get attacked from either the east or from the south. So we're going to go through the east spawn first of all. Now with your east spawn, they are going to spawn anywhere along down here. So they can be anywhere along this section, down here, anywhere down here, and they can spawn anywhere along in this section up here as well. So we do have all of our drop traps set up, which are going to take out majority of them. I'll go through the drop traps last, because there's quite a few of those on this account. But when they do spawn, then anything that spawns along this section, they are going to head towards this over here. So we have blocked this off over here, just to make sure they don't want to come up this way, just to make them go through our traps. but anything then that comes, they are going to want to go over this direction. Now we've got a load of anti-airs all along the floors down here, because we did struggle quite a bit with our lobbers on this account. So I placed in quite a few anti-airs down here because they kept on targeting our drop traps up at the top, which was taking some of those out. So that should solve that problem. Now they're going to want to head up this natural ramp over here. We do have this natural ramp going over to the top there. So I've just blocked it off here, and we've got a couple of wall dynamos on the front just to cause some problems. We do have a wall dart and electric field in there. Now, just in case anything did get damaged, I do have wooden floor spikes on the bottom here, and we've got our heels attached wall spikes on here as well, just to make sure that if any of these structures get broken, they still can't break through. Now, we then put in a makeshift ramp, one of our own ramps over here, just to force them to come up this direction. So if they come along the front, we do have wall darts on there, which are going to cause them some damage before they get round, and then they're going to come up the ramp, get hit by the wooden floor spikes. And then we've got a 3 impact wall launchers. We've got 2 of those, which are going to fling them all the way back over that section over there. And then they've got some more floor spikes to get through and some wall darts on the sides over here. And then what we have done, I did block this here for the earlier waves, just to make sure that if they come along here, they didn't try and go into that section. And we've blocked it all the way across there with wall darts. But in your later waves, when you get your hot rocks, then sometimes these 2 tiles here can get taken out by your hot rocks, your lava pools, should I say, and they can get destroyed. So it just gives it that little bit more to sort of force them to go around in the earlier waves. So they're going to walk straight across all of these wooden floor spikes here, and we've got more darts on the end just to get rid of them. If anything ever makes it far enough, and we've got 2 broadsides which are going to cause massive damage at the end, and they shouldn't make it past there. If you do try and build anything past this point where these 2 broadsides are, then the chances are they're going to get taken out by your tornado when that spawns in, because the tornado will come anywhere along this section around here and all the way over the amplifier itself. So the amp can take some actual structural damage later on when that tornado comes. So that will take care of all of those from this section. Now anything then that spawns along down here, they're going to head up this natural ramp, get taken out by our drop traps, and they'll head up this ramp up here. Now I tried various different ways blocking this off and stopping them from coming up here, forcing them around the other side, and they just naturally, they tend to want to come up this ramp. So I left it wide open. We've got some wall darts at the bottom just to take them out, and then we've got more darts as they come up and more floor spikes on the floor, and generally that should get rid of them all. So for our actual drop traps, if I get up the top up here, now our drop traps themselves, they're going to be attached in various different spots, because sometimes the lobbers can come, sometimes they can cause a few bits of problems. So I made sure that it was structurally held up in various different places. But it pretty much comes from the corner of this tile here. Now you can't take it over to this tile because the tornado pretty much will take it out from there. So we just moved it one across onto this one, and we just fill in, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 8 traps going forward with drop traps, and then you've got another one going forward on there, and then 1, 2, another 3 on that side. And then heading over towards this way, then we've got another 1, 2, 3, and then heading over towards the east, let's see, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 traps over there as well. So that will cover pretty much all of the spawn areas that they're going to spawn in, and any of their pathing that they're going to go around to get there. And that should sort out all of your east spawns. Now from the south spawn, they are going to spawn all the way over the back area. And it's quite a long, wide spawn area for this. They can spawn anywhere pretty much. Sometimes they can take this one out. They can spawn along this section, anywhere down here, and they can spawn anywhere along this section over here. And you might get the occasional one which are going to spawn up on this very corner up here. So I didn't add too many traps on this one, because generally anything that spawns up here is going to head straight up our ramp. And if they don't, then they'll drop down this way and head over this way to go up this natural ramp over here. So for this section, let's see, we've got all our drop traps set up over this spawn. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 over this section of the actual main spawn point. And then what it does, going up this ramp here, it will go up 1, and then you've got another 4 drop traps up there. We've got our floor spikes at the tops, edited wall in here just to make sure they don't want to cut this corner, and we've got some wall darts set in along here, so there's 4 wall darts. And on the bottom section down here, as said, this can sometimes get taken out, but it's an additional damage to catch them as they go up the ramp. We've got another wall dart on there. Now, just to make sure nothing actually wants to come up this section, I did just block this off with 2 edited floor pieces here, just to make sure they don't want to come bashing up on here. And we've got 2 wall darts behind it, just to make sure it would take out anything that does try and bash on these structures. So that should sort those out. If they do make it up past this section here, then they should head straight over towards this natural ramp to go straight up there. So if they do come through here, then we've got some more wall darts, floor spikes, and we've got 2 full durability wall launchers, just to fling them back out and make them take a little bit more damage on the way back in. Now, you might get the occasional one that may want to come towards this natural terrain here to go up this way and go up that ramp. So I did just block this off here with a couple of wall darts on here. We've just got 1 on that side. You don't need 1 there, and you can place 1 on that side as well. So that will take those out. If they were to make it through, which, to be honest, I haven't seen anybody make it that far, but if they do, we've got a couple more wall darts on here. We've got some more floor spikes and wall darts on this bit, and heading up this way, a couple more along down here as well. And don't build any further back than this, because the tornado can take anything out if you've got it any further back than these traps here. So that will cover that section of the spawn. And if we get back over here, anything then that does spawn up here along this section, then they're going to head for this natural ramp over here. So we've got a couple more drop traps up on the top here. So we've got 4 drop traps at the very bottom where they will spawn. And as it goes up the natural ramp, we go up a level, and then we've got another 6 going up along here. And as you head in towards this natural ramp, then we just have another 2 on here as well. I did add this one in. You don't have to have that trap. You could leave that one blank if you wanted. That is just literally to hold on the other traps and attach it to the top of this mountain over here. So anything then that might possibly get through those when the durability runs out, we've got more wall darts along the sides, and we've got our wooden floor spikes on the bottom. There's another natural ramp over here, so we've just blocked this off. We just got the 1 row of block off with some heels attached wall spikes on the fronts, just to make sure that they don't want to go bashing on those, and that should take care of them. Now, the lobbers and the flingers may want to come standing over at this point. They might start lobbing over at structures like this or this one up there. So I did put a couple of anti-air traps here just to sort out any lobbers that may just stand here trying to cause a problem. If they do get far enough round, and we've got some more wall launchers here which are going to fling him all the way back over there, because that is a 5 impact launcher, that one. And then we've got a 0 impact launcher on this one, just to fling them straight back down. So take some more damage down there. And some more floor spikes here with edited wall, just to make sure they're coming as close to this trap as possible before they get taken out. And yeah, the drop traps and everything, I need to get up here because I don't have my triple jump on this one. It is all attached to the very top of this mountain over here, and we've got it attached over on that side, and we've also got it attached on that side there as well. Don't take it any further back than this, otherwise the tornado will come and destroy it and take it all out. But you don't need any more structures on there. You only need the one to hold it up on the top of this, and you should be fine. So that is all of our drop traps and our spawn traps, and just a quick look from the top view as well, just so you know what it looks like. You don't need to worry about one in that tile there, because they're not going to spawn on that spot down there anyway. So that will cover all of your traps for your southeast amplifier. So there we go, that is our Stonewood AFK Endurance builds. I do hope you have found this video useful. If you have, please consider dropping me a like down below. It will help to get this video seen by others that may need the assistance. If you would like to support the channel, then please drop me a subscribe down below. You can always use code RiverFox in the Fortnite store, and there are memberships available for anyone who does want to watch my live streams. There are lots of links in the description down below. There are videos pretty much on everything relating to Fortnite Save the World, so there should be something in there that will help you out. But until the next one, I hope you have a fantastic day. Stay safe, and I will see you on the next one, Commanders.